afternoon or evening, CF yogis and everyone else. This is Yoga for Everyone. So, for the month of May, we're doing yoga on Monday evenings, and it's open to anyone, even outside of our CF yogi community. So, hoping to raise awareness of cystic fibrosis since it is Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month, and then introduce our community and family outside of maybe CF yogi, so they have better understanding and can join us in our yoga practice. So again, you're able to invite any friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, whoever that you would like to. There's a public link if you need any information or have assistance with technical issues or anything. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Either the CF Yogi Instagram or the Facebook page are good ways to contact us and let us know. And again, we appreciate you all for being here and joining in on this practice, especially bringing awareness to Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. So my name is Kelly. I am one of the instructors here at CF Yogi. I've been with CF Yogi instructing since 2022, I believe. My background, I started with personal training and group exercise instruction, and I moved into a yoga certification after I seen what it does not only for physicality and mobility, flexibility, but also for mental health as well, reducing anxiety and stress, and then just being able to meditate and practice mindfulness throughout the practice. So I like to bring those concepts and introduce them to you and create a safe space and welcome environment where you're able to explore that space and then just let yoga practice bring whatever you need into your life. So, with that being said, this is going to be a gentle kind of flow practice. Take it at your pace. We'll offer modifications along the way. And again, if there's something that just doesn't feel right for your body today, that's okay. Leave it where it's at. And then I'll give you a variety of other modalities that you can seek out and explore. And again, this is your practice and your time to practice self care. So, do what's right for you. And then we'll offer some challenges and then some also maybe relaxing poses in alternate depending on what you need for today. So really all you'll need for today is just your mat. If you do have a yoga strap or a block, there might be some times and some poses that might be assistance to kind of help you get more cozy, comfortable in some of the poses and explore a little bit more. So for today, we're going to go ahead and sit into easy pose on our mat. So go ahead and rock the tailbone a little bit side to side and just find that place where your tailbone is connected to the ground and then flooring and centering. So you want all your body to be supported through your sits bones or your tailbones. And we're going to lift our head as if there's an invisible string from the head up to the ceiling. And then just slowing your breath and bringing your awareness from outside of your mat into just concerning only your mat. So perhaps maybe you want to shut a door or close a window or whatever it is, just to create a less distractive space. And then just really being mindful of what your body is doing, what it's seeking. So we're going to start with slowing our breath in through the nose, nice and deep, letting it fill the airspace in our chest, and then exhaling out of your mouth. Nice and easy. And then just slowing down the pace of our breath. And as you do that, you might seek that your shoulders are relaxing, drawing away from your ears. You're creating some space between your earlobes and your shoulders. Perhaps maybe your chest is feeling a little bit less weighted and heavy. And then just focus on the next few breaths, just expanding that rib cage as wide as you can, letting it almost float to the top. And here, if you'd like to make an intention for your practice throughout, feel free to do so at this time. Take the opportunity. And an intention for a practice, it can be anything you want. It could be what you hope to gain or achieve from the practice, or maybe it's something that's on your heart that's been heavy, or maybe it's something that's been joyful or something just to meditate on. So, really, it could be a multitude of things. So, for today, I'm going to, for example, meditate on the ability to go outside seeking adventure and being one with nature and just having that opportunity surrounding. Maybe thinking and reminiscing back to when you're outside, maybe the feel of the ground beneath your feet, the air and breath on your skin, maybe the smells of the forest, the trees. Maybe you hear the wind or hear a burbling creek nearby, maybe the water on a lake. And just take a moment to engage all your senses and bring yourself into that calm. A couple more deep breaths. And go ahead and place your hands outside and kind of below, palms facing outward in front of you. And take a nice deep breath up, scooping the arms up towards the ceiling, nice and high. And then exhaling, releasing the hands down, palms facing down towards the floor, and really skimming those and extending the fingertips as long as you can. And then taking a deep breath, lifting up and exhaling, skimming down, inhaling up and exhale, skim down. And one more time, inhale up. And then go ahead and clasp the hands together at the top and interfold the fingers and stretch and reach and extend as tall as you can. And exhale, release. And shake the arms out a little bit. And then rolling the neck from side to side, from left shoulder over to right, bringing the chin down towards the chest as you do so. Then you can roll the neck from side to side, take as long or as short as you want. And then go ahead and tilt the head from right over to left. And I just place and fold the ear up as close to on top of the shoulder as I can. And then go ahead and place the right hand down on the floor. Take the left hand and extend it in a big arc overhead, and reaching and extending the left side and rib cage up towards the ceiling, and elongate and stretch as best you can. And exhale, lower down. And then take a big inhale. Right arm goes up overhead, extending and reaching. And again, letting that rib cage and chest up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release. And then slowly let your hands crawl forward in the floor in front of you, trying to maintain the tailbone connected to the ground and just reaching those arms forward. And slowly revert back. Then go ahead and unfold those legs, and we're going to go into a straddle position. And then go ahead and point the toes up towards the ceiling, feeling the muscles engage with the floor, your calves, and the back of your thighs. And then slowly releasing and pointing the feet downward. Taking an inhale, lifting and pointing the feet up, really pushing the legs into the floor, and then point the toes down. Inhale, point up, and exhale down. Then go ahead and circle the ankles in nice big circles, perhaps going clockwise first, and then rotating counterclockwise. And then lifting the hands, nice big embrace up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in and exhale, fold forward as best you can. And then a yoga block might be of assistance to place in front of you to prop your hands onto, or even a pillow. And just taking a few deep breaths here. And then slowly lifting up and returning. And then with the hands gingerly at your side, go ahead and twist the body over the right shoulder, looking right behind you. And then twist the body over the other side. And go ahead and release. And then again, lift the arms up overhead. And then forward fold one more time. Again, just going to where it's comfortable for you. And hopefully you can feel your body able to move forward just a little bit further aligned for that mobility and extra added space. And then go ahead and walk the hands back. And then I like to place my hands right behind me just momentarily, briefly, and just let the legs bounce and shake out a little bit. And then slowly we're going to bring the feet together and then hands still behind if you're not already there. And then adjusting if you need to a little bit. We're going to windshield wiper our knees from right to left. So making the connection with our tailbone on the floor and then just fanning the legs left to right, letting those hips move a little bit. And then slowly we're coming into a tabletop position. So if you need to adjust the mat, feel free to do so. And then placing the hands right underneath those shoulders and then the knees just right outside of those hips. Taking a deep breath in and curling like a cat, tucking the chin towards the chest. And then exhaling, lowering the belly towards the floor, chin lifted up to the ceiling. And then taking a deep breath in, arching like a cat again. And exhaling, belly to the floor. And then move through that sequence with your pace of breath and what feels good to you. The key here is not as fast as you can go, but as much extension that you can get in your spine. So definitely be intentional, take your time, let your breath slowly seek out the pace of movement. And then when you're at a good position, go ahead and return back to neutral and then swaying the hips from left to right. And then go ahead and stabilize. We're going to do a little bit of core work in this exercise or this practice today. So we're going to brace our left palm into the floor and then extending the right hand out first. And what you want to make sure that you're doing is bracing the core up towards your spine and reaching with that right hand and then returning back to stable. And if that feels okay to you, you can extend out the left leg simultaneously. So balancing, extending, and reaching opposites, right hand, left foot, and reach as far as extension will let you, and hold and brace your core. And then just hold and breathe and try and focus on bringing your belly up to your spine. And slowly release and return back. And then we're going to test out with the left hand now, reaching. So again, bracing the core, belly to the spine, extending that left arm nice and long and reaching, stretching as far as you can. And then as long as that feels all right and comfortable, go ahead and position yourself to extend opposite right leg and opposite left arm and reach as far as you can and extend. And again, steady your breathing. Embracing your core and return back to neutral. And then go ahead and slowly bring the knees kind of up towards the hands. We're just going to sit on our heels for just a moment here, as long as that feels comfortable. If you need assistance, you can put a pillow underneath your bum or put a pillow or blanket on underneath your knees. And we're just going to go ahead and let our wrists roll out. So circles clockwise, counterclockwise. And then go ahead and extend your right palm out in front, and with your left hand, fold those right fingertips back towards you for just a little bit of an extension in that forearm. And then go ahead and point those fingertips downward. And go ahead and extend out the opposite. So left palm out towards you, then using your right hand to fold the left fingertips back. And then fold the fingertips down. And then relax. And then go ahead into our tabletop position again. And then we're going to go into a little bit of a flow. And again, so follow along as you're able to and what feels comfortable and right to you. And I'll offer modifications along the way. And then the important thing to remember is just to breathe through the flow. So remembering to use the breath to help give you energy throughout. So to start, we're going to go ahead and step our feet back into plank position. And then the feet wide out is going to give you more support. And then you always want to stabilize through the shoulders, nice and tall. And then pressing through the palms of your hands and pushing the hips back. We're going to straighten into downward dog, pressing the heels down towards the floor, feeling that stretching elongation on the back side of our legs. And then slowly walking the hands back towards the feet as much as you can. If you need to come into bent knees, that's totally fine. And then try and extend into forward fold. This might be where it's helpful to have a block right here or a pillow to kind of help prop your hands into. And if you need to bend the knees a little bit more, that's totally fine as well. And then we're going to do a micro bend in the knees if you're not already there, and scooping the hands up, a nice deep breath up to the top. And then swan diving back down, forward fold. Exhaling as you come down and walking the hands back into plank and holding for 5 breaths. And then slowly pushing the hips back into downward dog. Again, pressing through the palms of your hands, feeling the strength and stability in your shoulders, pushing the heels down. And then slowly walking the hands back towards the feet into forward fold. And then micro bend in the knees, inhaling the arms up nice and big. And then exhaling, lowering down, walking the hands forward into plank and holding. And slowly pushing back into downward dog. And slowly walking the hands back into forward fold. And bending the knees and inhaling big all the way up. We're going to stay lifted up at the top, pointing the fingers up towards the ceiling. And then if you like, bringing a little bit of a micro back bend in the top, taking deep breaths. And returning back to neutral, letting the arms fall down. And go ahead and roll out those shoulders just a little bit. And then we're going to transfer to the middle of our mat now. So I like to kind of pedal my feet, pick them up again. And then go ahead and place the right leg up towards the upper right corner of your mat. And the left leg, we're going to step back at an angle, 45-degree angle, and then planting our heel on the ground. And then slowly bending that right knee, making sure that the knee tracks and is in line with our middle toe. And then inhale, bringing the arms up, palms facing together, fingertips spread nice and wide, and holding into warrior one. And if it's a little bit too much of a ache in your knee, feel free to have a little bit less of a bend. And slowly transitioning into warrior two. So bringing arm forward. And then we're going to tip over into backwards warrior. So bringing the hand up overhead. That left hand can support on that left back thigh. And out of reverse warrior, back to warrior two. And coming back into warrior one. And slowly retract the foot, straight leg, and then go ahead and step together with the feet and pedal out the feet at the top. And then we're going to prepare for the warrior flows on the left side. So left foot up towards the left corner of your mat, the right foot behind at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to slowly plant into warrior one, bending that knee again in alignment with that middle toe, and hands up overhead, nice and straight and tall, and then extending those fingertips nice and wide. And just memorizing to take nice, deep, even breaths. And transitioning into warrior two, bringing the arms on either side. And then turning into reverse warrior. So bringing that left arm up overhead, right arm grabs and supports on that right thigh. And then returning back into warrior two. And then arms lifted up into warrior one. And slowly transitioning and stepping the feet together. And again, paddling out the feet. And then go ahead and turn sideways on the mat. I like to put my feet at a little bit of a 45-degree angle. You can put them straight on, totally up to you and your comfort level and how your hips are feeling today. And then slowly slight bend in the knee. We're going to come down and scoop the ground as best we can into a little bit of a squat. And then lift the arms up overhead, reaching tall, extending the feet. Exhaling, coming down, making sure the hips reach back towards the back of the room into a little squat, lifting up. And come down, squatting and extending the legs up. And then go ahead and let the arms come down to the side and then pushing the hips slightly back towards the back of the room, keeping a nice stable flat back. Go ahead and push your butt back to the wall and then slowly lower your body down towards the floor. And again, a yoga block might be of assistance here to grab into. And if you can't quite reach the floor, you can interfold, intercross your arms into each other and hang. That's going to give you a little more cushion, a little bit more stability and support. And as your body allows, you can adjust your feet. And then slowly, we're going to bring this into our inner thighs. So you're going to shift the weight over to the left hip, pushing that right inner thigh towards the center of your body and pressing in with that right hand into the floor. You should feel this stretch in your inner thigh. And slowly switching and transitioning the body. So bringing that left inner thigh towards the midline of the body and then putting support into that left hand. And then returning the hips back to center. And then slowly folding the body down a little lower if you're able to. And slowly elevate your body back up. Maybe a little bit of slight bend in the knee to help support yourself upright. And then slowly transition feet together, maybe stepping things out a little bit. And then we're going to practice a couple of chair poses. So letting your feet kind of find the grounding through the ball of your foot and then peeling up your toes and then relaxing them back down. That's going to create your stability for this pose into your feet. So the way that they're spread out nice and wide creates a tripod effect. So it gives you more support. So as we do that, we're going to go ahead and give just a little bit of space between our knees, taking a nice deep breath in, lifting the arms up, and then slowly squatting the hips back as you exhale and hold into the thighs. And again, feeling the stability and support between your spread feet. And exhale, lifting back up. And I'll do a side view so you can see as well. So again, spreading in from the ball of your foot, stabilizing, grounding, and then letting your feet peel down. Taking a deep breath in, arms lifted up. And exhale as you sit back and hold. And then exhale, lift up. Take a deep breath. Maybe shimmy the hips out just a little bit. And one last time, prepping our feet, taking a big breath in, arms up. And exhale, sit back. And exhale, come down and go ahead and place your hands all the way down to the floor. And then go ahead and sit back on your tailbone. And go ahead and place the hands behind you slightly. And then again, windshield wiper the legs, right to left again. And then I'm going to scooch myself up on the mat, letting my hands or my feet extend all the way the length of the mat. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, assist to go all the way back on your mat. So I'm supporting with my elbows first, and then slowly releasing my back all the way down on the floor, filling all the void and empty space between my spinal column and the floor. If you need to tilt your hips to kind of sink in, especially that lower back into the floor, feel free to do so. And taking up all that void and empty space. And just letting your body release, relax, and be supported by the floor. And letting your breath in deepen. And just taking deep, even breaths through your nose. Big inhales, and then exhaling through your mouth. And perhaps at this time, bringing to mind the intention you may have set for your practice. And just letting your body meditate on those thoughts. maybe the sensations that are associated with those intentions. So maybe the feeling of your skin, the sounds, the smell. Go ahead and slowly bring movement into your hands and feet, maybe rolling your head from side to side and deepening your breath, letting your body awaken once again. And then at your ready, go ahead and transition your body into fetal pose on either side, letting your arms serve as a pillow for your head. And then slowly at your ready, come upright into your easy pose. And feeling free to bring your hands to heart center. And I'd like to thank you for joining the practice this evening. And if you're new to CF Yogi, thank you for joining us and seeing what CF Yogi is all about and sharing this energy and space with us and our community. Hoping this serves you well throughout the rest of your evening. Namaste.